Hi guys, welcome to another section of learning with Goffley Graphic Design courses. My name is Joshua and today we are going to be talking about CorelDRAW. So I'm going to be introducing you to CorelDRAW tools and their functions. So we're going to go straight up with that. So what is CorelDRAW? CorelDRAW is basically just another application that we use for graphic design. We have Photoshop, we have Illustrator, we have CorelDRAW, and we have so many other applications. So today this is a CorelDRAW tutorials. So moving on with that, I would like you to know that there are several versions of CorelDRAW, from the lowest to the highest or the latest version, which is the 2024 version. So today we are using Corel 2022. So when you open your CorelDRAW, the first thing you see is your welcome screen. It's called the welcome screen, where you have this big plus button on here to open a new document, or to open, you have this open document to open an already existing file on your system. Then you have new from templates. Those are templates that came with your CorelDRAW. So all these you see here are just jobs that I've done in the past that I have already saved on my system. So you might not see this if you haven't saved any work yet on your system. So when you open your CorelDRAW, this is what welcomes you, the welcome screen. So you want to click on the plus button to open a new document. Then you start your work. So we're just going to open that. CorelDRAW, introduction to tools and functions. So I'm just going to give you a very quick labeled parts of your CorelDRAW front page. So this is what it looks like when you label it. You have the menu bar right there at the top, which comprises of your file, edit, view, layout, and so on. Then you have the standard, which contains your save icon, import from cloud icon. So one very good thing with CorelDRAW is, in case you don't know what you're about to click, once you move your cursor to that icon, CorelDRAW helps you bring out the name. So let's try that. So if for instance I'm here, all I need to do is to move my mouse, my cursor to the object I want to click, and just hold on just like 1 second, then it brings out the name. So this is open. So it brings out the name and a brief explanation of what you are about to do. So this says open an existing document by browsing to the folder where the document is located. So obviously this is simply opening a document that is already saved on your computer. So that's a added advantage. So you have the standard. Okay, I've talked about the standard. You have the property bar, which contains all this you see on here, where you fix your workspace size, you adjust the size, you put your units. So as we continue, you understand what they are used for. So by the right here, you also have the color palette, where you select colors for your jobs and you mix colors and so on. Then just right underneath the color palette, you can see the workspace. The workspace is just basically that where you do your work. So your work or your job should be done in your workspace, and your workspace can be resized. Yes. So right underneath your workspace there, you have the status bar, which is right the bottom part of your CorelDRAW front page. Then you have the desktop. Desktop is just that, basically that white space around your work space. Then very importantly, by the left, you can find the toolbox. Very important, where you have the cursor called the pick tool, you have your freehand tool, you have other tools which I'll be labeling out now. Yeah, so we are done labeling the parts of your CorelDRAW front page. So now moving on to the tools. So I'm going to be running us through tools that I use on a daily basis for my graphic design jobs. There are tools here that I really have not used since I started doing graphic design. So we'll just give you a run through of some of these tools and what they do. So we have this first one over here, which is called the pick tool. So what the pick tool does is basically to pick things. So if I have all this here, all I need to do is to move my pick tool to the object I want to pick and left click. So you move your mouse, move your cursor to the object and you left click. So that's just what the pick tool does, as easy as that. So to move the object, you just click on it and you drag. You click and drag. So you click, hold and drag. So you don't just click and drag, click, hold and you move around. So that's how you use your pick tool. You pick, so if you want to move, you just click down, as in you click, hold, then you can now move the objects. So that's what the pick tool does. So we have the next one on here, the shape tool. Shape tool. So what the shape tool does is to reshape things, basically. So every object you have on your CorelDRAW, they all have points. They all have points. For instance, my square has 4 points. So when I pick my shape tool, what I want to do is to reshape my square. So this is like this because I have not curved it yet. So if I use Ctrl Q, I can either use Ctrl Q to convert to curve, or I just right click this square, right click just at the middle there. You see this top, click this, let's just put blue so you can see this better. Right click this, you can just convert this to curve using the shortcut over here, Ctrl Q. So if I use Ctrl Q, convert this to curve. So when I pick my shape tool, what I can simply do with that is to change the shape of this square. I can move the points around, can move them anyhow I want them to be. Yeah, so that's basically what the shape tool does. Then the next on our list is the crop tool. So let me just give a little zoom in so you can see that. Yeah, this is the crop tool. This is the eraser tool. You can find it under here. So you see this little rectangle here. It means there are more tools underneath the ones that you can see there. So if I click that, I can see my eraser tool, my knife tool, my virtual segment, delete, which I don't use. Yeah, I only use eraser tool here and the crop tool. So how to use the crop tool? So if I have an image like this I have here now and I want to crop it, all I need to do is to select my crop tool. First you select the image, then you select your crop tool, you click, hold and you drag. You drag from where you want to crop to the very end. If I want to crop this whole page all the way here, I just need to drag all the way to the end, then leave. So when you leave that, you see crop option here and clear. So if I click on clear, all these I've done will just go to square one. If I click on crop, those selected parts would be cropped out. Sorry, Let's I forget, if you select